Hey guys, what is up? Fluffy Ninja from FN13 Productions, and I kind of want to do a new video thing just because, I mean, I've been to a lot of paintball fields, like a lot of paintball fields. I haven't played at most of them. Well, I mean, I've played at most of them, but there have been a couple that I've just gone, I've visited, and I was like, wow, this is actually a really cool field to see. Like when I went to Hawaii, I didn't get a chance to play at the field because we were only on that island for like 3 days, and those days were not weekends, so I didn't get a chance to actually play. I got to meet some players out there and stuff like that, but I didn't get a chance to play. It was just kind of people there that were working, you know, trying to improve the field conditions and stuff like that. But I did get to meet them. I did get to walk around the field. I think it was a field on Oahu. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like Hawaiian paintball park kind of thing. Like that was it. But it was a really cool field. But I have been to a lot of fields around my area, Chicago. So what I want to do is I want to talk about those certain fields, you know, because every time I talk about, you know, it's like, oh man, dude, Fort Knox big games are just awesome. They're the coolest fucking thing that you can do in Indiana for paintball. Like, honestly, just going to a Fort Knox big game, it'll just blow your fucking mind, just because it's great. And they do 4 of them. They're open to everybody. You don't have to pay a bunch of money to play it. You can bring your own paint. You can, you know, stay there and camp out. There's hotels down the roads. There's restaurants. Everybody that you meet there is friendly. You can, you know, fuck. I stayed there one time. I didn't have a tent. I had my car. That was it. I had my car. I was sleeping in my car. That was all I had was my car. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go get food from here. And then I'm going to, you know, just fucking chill in my car, watching videos on my phone or just playing on my phone or whatever. And that's actually where I met the guy Tim and the guy Brian. That was the first time that I met them, I think. They were like, oh, dude, we've got a camper. There's 4 of us, and it sleeps like 6. So if you want to camp out with us, you know, just knock on the door, we'll let you in. But that's just how cool people at the Fort Knox Paintball Park are. And like Justin even offered for me to sleep in the house there, and I was like, I can't do that. No, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. And that was before they knew who I was. That was before I was actually Fluffy Ninja. That was me just going to the field to play. But anyway, what I want to do is not so much give fields a grade, but rate them on how good they are, I guess, just because I have had mixed experiences at fields. Like, you know, I love playing at Fort Knox. The people out there are always friendly. When I went to Sherwood Forest, it was not that great of an experience, but, you know, that's, you know, again, this is just my personal experiences, you know, so it is a lot of, this is what I did, this is what I experienced. So it's not so much that's what you're going to experience, but as far as I've seen, that's what's happened. So what I want to do is just talk about the fields that I've played at, the fields that I've gone to, and just let you know generally what kind of field it is, how, you know, how it plays and stuff like that. So in the first video, this one, even though it's already 4 minutes long, I'm going to talk about Blast Camp. Blast Camp is still my sponsor field for Fluffy Ninja, and I play there as often as I can. Obviously not now because I work weekends, so I'm not able to play. I think we are playing Thursday, and then I'm probably going to be there Friday too, just because. But yeah, Blast Camp, it's a great field in what's considered Hobart, Indiana, but I think it's just outside Hobart. I'm not real good with area and stuff like that around there because I'm not from Indiana, but I believe it is Hobart, Indiana. The field owner, Virgil Frey, awesome guy. He really is. He's a great guy to talk to. The staff there, as in alright, we'll break down staff and refs. The staff there, inside you have Josh and you have Tyler. They're pretty good guys. They could be better, obviously, but you know, so far they've been really cool to me, and you know, like they have really dry senses of humor. I guess is why they could be better, but they're definitely cool guys. the refs are probably some of the best that I have ever had on a field with me. Vinny is hands down, my favorite ref in all of paintball. Like, and I know it's probably gonna hurt some feelings, but he has been there countless times just to make sure that the game is played right. That's all he cares about, is making sure that players have fun playing paintball, that, you know, they're listening to the rules, they know the rules, they pay attention, they know the game type we're playing, they know the field boundaries, they know how to play the field. You know, it's just one of those things that he's just on top of it constantly. He never has an off day. He never drops the ball when it comes to reffing paintball, which is awesome. You know, some of the other refs there, I mean, I have what I'd like to think is a good relationship with all of them. A few that are not my favorite, but, you know, that's personal preference, and they could just be, you know, personalities clashing, which is, you know, that happens. The field is an old Nike nuclear missile base, so if that doesn't, you know, excite you, there's something fucking wrong with you. It's a nuclear missile base, okay? That doesn't mean you're playing in nuclear silos. That means you are playing on the base that used to control the nuclear silos, I guess would be the best way to put that. You know, so you have the barracks, you have some of the admin buildings, you have the pump rooms, you have, you know, just the basic structures that were there during the Cold War that are used to, you know, house troops to control nuclear missiles is pretty much what it is. Playing in the barracks buildings are pretty cool. Playing, you know, building to building and down the long hallways is really cool. He's knocked out some walls inside just so you can get through the entire building in one shot, which is pretty nice. Like the embassy building that we play at is just a huge building. Dark room, which I'm not sure what they used to be. I'm gonna guess it was a garage, just because it has a giant, like, vehicle bay type place. So I'm gonna guess it was a garage at one point. But super cool to play in dark room. If you're the asshole with a flashlight on your gun, you are going to get shot to shit. Just because you are a beacon in the night. But it is really cool to play through. It's nice to shoot out of, because people are like, where the fuck did they come from? And they have no idea. The berm in the far back is one of those fields that when you're playing it, you enjoy playing it, but you don't enjoy the walk back to it, or you don't enjoy the walk back from it. But it's not as bad as some of the fields that I've played, like Badlands. Holy shit, some of those fields are far. They're just far away for no reason. Octagon is okay. It's one of those fields that it's not a speedball field, it's not a hyperball field, and it's not a woods ball field. It's kind of a combination of the three, as in it's made out of railroad ties. So right there you kind of have woods ball. It has a snake side, I guess you could say. So there's your hyperball / speedball thing, and then there's the octagon structure in the middle, like the little hut that everybody runs up to, which is kind of like the A or the X in speedball. So it definitely plays like a speedball field, but then they're on the one side it's nothing but woods, and if you can get through those woods, you can pretty much win the game, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, it's got some other fields that play really well, and they're really dynamic, and he's always doing new things out there to kind of change it up. Like he bought a new truck, well, not a new truck, but he bought a different truck to put out there on the field, just as another obstacle. You know, he's got people making stuff out of wood just to be structures, like they added like the barbed wire picket fence kind of things that were kind of cool. As far as paint goes, it's Empire Custom Blend, which means it's very temperamental. If it's a perfect day and you're shooting the perfect barrel and you have an awesome gun, it can definitely reach out and touch somebody and, like, break off of somebody's fucking macro fitting. It's great. But if it's too cold, you are blowing up paint all in your gun. So it could definitely be better paint. I would go with honestly, I would go with Vulcan Infinity, just because that's what I've been shooting for the last, like, month or so, and every gun that I put it through, it stays solid no matter what temperature, and then it breaks really nicely on people. So, none of that, but it's a cheaper paint to where you don't have to pay $70 a case for paint out of Blast Camp, which is what you're paying. But, I mean, I can kind of see, you know, he's an Empire field, so obviously he's going to use Empire paint, which is absolutely fine. They do have a speedball field. They don't use it as much as they should, I think, just because, like, you'll go there on a Friday, and it'll be set up, but it won't be filled. Like, if that makes sense. Like, all the bunkers will be in their places, but they won't give anybody a leaf blower to go out and fill them all up, which, I mean, you know, if you want to have a speedball field, use it. You know, make the use for it. Definitely let your rental players play on it, just because rental players love to play on air bunkers just as much as everybody else. Team practices are, I mean, they exist, I guess. Teams go out there and they play, but it's not really a team practice. Team practices are, you know, usually it's shoot whatever paint, play for however long, but he's got it to where you're going to shoot the regular paint that everybody gets, and it's only going to be for like a couple hours, which, I mean, okay, but as if you're trying to cultivate speedball teams to your field, you want it to be bring your own paint. You're paying $25 for entry, and you can be there for as long as you want. 4,500 fills are included. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's what every field I know that does a speedball field and that has team practices, that's what they do. I mean, CPX I don't think does bring your own paint, but you can buy paint there for like $45, and it's decent paint. It's not bad paint. It's probably not gonna, you know, break on somebody's macro fitting from 350 feet away, but it's good paint. So that's just one of those things that I definitely think that he could improve on. Those are the points of Blast Camp that I think everybody should know. The people, the other players there are usually pretty good. I'm not skill level wise. They are good skill level wise, but as in communication and welcoming you into the sport, they're pretty good. There are a couple people out there that could deal with a lesson in mannerisms, I think. But, I mean, again, that's just us as paintballers. We're all assholes, pretty much. So it's not a huge deal. But there are definitely a couple people that have showed up randomly, never seen them before. All of a sudden, we go out for a game, we don't see them on the field, paint goes missing, and then they're gone. So it's one of those things that, again, that happens at every paintball field. I'm sure you'll hear me say that about another field during this video series. But it's one of those things that paintballers need to take control over, not field managers. Blast Camp does have a pro shop. I'm not going to promote the pro shop just because I am sponsored by Warp Sports. And if you want your field to be promoted through a store, you don't have a pro shop. That's just kind of common sense. That if you want people to go to your field and you want them to learn about your field, they will be at a pro shop buying paintball gear, and then they'll find out about your field. So it's one of those things that you shouldn't really have a pro shop at your field. If you do well with a pro shop at your field, don't take my advice. This isn't really for field owners. This is just kind of a let you know what fields are available in the area. So we're going to be covering Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, maybe Iowa, I think. It kind of depends. But, you know, there are a lot of fields to play at, and, you know, I just want to share my information with you. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing if you're a subscriber, and I will catch you in the next video.